This is an index of conservation topics. It is an alphabetical index of articles relating to conservation biology and conservation of the natural environment. A. Abiotic stress aerial seeding, agreed measures for the conservation of Antarctic fauna and flora, anti-whaling. B. Biodegradation, biodiversity, biodiversity action plan, biodiversity outcomes framework, biodiversity hotspot, biogenic biogeography, bioinformatics, biological integrity, biomagnification, biomaterial, biome, biomimicry, biomonitoring, biopiracy, bioregional democracy, biosafety, biosalinity, biosecurity, biosphere, biosphere reserve, biostatistics, biosurvey, biotechnology, bioterrorism, biotransference, bird conservation, blue listed, bottom trawling, C. Captive breeding, charismatic megafauna sites, community-based conservation, conference of governors, conservation area, conservation authority, conservation biology, conservation commons, conservation dependent, conservation agriculture, conservation development, conservation ecology, conservation ethic, conservation designation, conservation grazing, conservation headland, conservation management system, conservation movement, conservation park, conservation status, convention on biological diversity, codes, critically endangered species, cross-fostering. D. Data deficient, debt for nature swap, deforestation. E. Ecoregion, ecosystem restoration, ecosystem services, ecological crisis, ecological island, ecological niche, ecological selection, ecozone, edge effect, endangered species, environmental stewardship, evolutionarily significant unit, extinction, extinction event, ex situ, conservation, extinct in the wild, extinction threshold. F. Flagship species, forest fragmentation. G. Gaia theory, Gaia philosophy, Gaian, game warden, GPS wildlife tracking, GRANK, gap analysis, genetic pollution, genetic erosion, global strategy for plant conservation, green printing. H. Habitat, habitat fragmentation, habitat conservation, habitat destruction, habitat fragmentation, habitats directive. I. Illegal logging, in situ conservation, Index of Biological Integrity, Indianapolis Prize, the Institute for Bird Populations, Integrated Conservation and Development Project, Invader Potential Island Restoration. L. Landscape Scale Conservation, List of extinct birds, List of solar energy topics, List of threatened species of the Philippines, Local nature reserve, logging, latent extinction risk, lower risk. M. Marine protected area, marine conservation, marine park, marine reserve, Marksan, Millennium Seed Bank Partnership, Minimal Impact Co. Mission Blue Butterfly Habitat Conservation, Monarch Butterfly Conservation in California. N. National Conservation Commission, National Conservation Exposition, National Marine Conservation Area, National Nature Reserve, National Park, Natura 2000 Natural Heritage, Nature Reserve, Nest Box, North American Game Warden Museum. O. Old Growth Forest, Operation Wallacea. P. Penguin Sweater, Pollinator Decline, Protected Area. R. Rare Species, Recovery Plan, Red Listed, Regional Forest Agreement, Regional Red List, Reforestation, Reintroduction, Resource Management, Restoration Ecology, Roadless Area Conservation. S. Seed Bank, Small Population Size, Soil Salination, Soils Retrogression and Degradation, Solar Air Conditioning, Solar Energy, Solar Thermal, energy, scaling pattern of occupancy, shifting baseline syndrome, site-based conservation, site of nature conservation interest, site of special scientific interest, special area of conservation, special protection area, soil conservation, source sink dynamics, species richness, species survival plan, species of concern, species translocation, stewardship cessation, subnational rank, sustainability, sustainable forestry, sustainable forest management, sustainable habitat, sustainable industries, sustainable procurement, sustainable seafood, sustainable yield. T. Terraforming terrestrial ecoregion, threatened species, translocation. U. Urban biosphere reserve. V. Variable retention, vulnerability and susceptibility in conservation biology, vulnerable species. W. Waterway restoration, weed, wetland conservation, wildlife corridor, wildlife reserve, woodland management, water conservation order, water bar, wilderness area, wildlife conservation society, wildlife trade, World Commission on Protected Areas, World Conference on Breeding endangered species in captivity as an aid to the survival, World Network of Biosphere Reserves. Z. Zoo. Conventions, protocols, panels and summits. Biosafety Protocol, Montreal 2000. Convention on Fishing and Conservation of Living Resources of the High Seas. Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora. Convention on Wetlands of International Importance especially as waterfowl habitat. Ramsar Convention. Earth Summit 2002, Johannesburg 2002, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, International Convention for the Regulation of Whaling, International Seabed Authority, International Treaty on Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture, International Tropical Timber Agreement 1983, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, World Commission on Protected Areas, WCPA, World Wilderness Congress, United Nations Bodies, UNEP World Conservation Monitoring Center, United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, United Nations Environment Programme, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change.